From the craziest plot twist to some of the most unpredictable scenarios ever seen on screen, 911 has had fans hooked to their TV since 2018. But if you've been wanting to know more about the cast and their personal lives, you've come to the right place. The first one on my list is an absolute beauty, Angela Bassett. For the past 4 seasons, this woman has been the absolute life of the show. You might have gotten to know her as Athena Grant Nash, who's not only the LAPD patrol sergeant, but is also one of the most valuable people in the project. Nobody could envision the show going on without her, but very few people know her lifestyle outside of the show. She may look a lot younger, but she's 63 years old. And to think that she's performing in such an active, tiring role is pretty impressive. But aside from being fit, she's also a happily married woman. Bassett has been married to Courtney B. Vance for more than 2 decades now, and trust me, they're the most adorable couple on the show. After meeting Vance in 1980, she tied the knot with him almost 17 years later in 1997. So she's known him for most of her entire life. They also have 16-year-old twins named Slater and Bronwyn Vance. It's not just her career, but also her personal life that could make you burn with envy. It's great to know that there are people out there who are as happy and well settled as this talented woman, especially because the next cast member didn't find all that stability. We're talking about Peter Krause. He plays the role of Athena's husband, Robert Nash. You've probably seen him on a lot of your screens. The 57-year-old has previously landed some spectacular roles like in The Catch and Parenthood. And while his on-screen persona seems to like stability, he's the exact opposite when it comes to his partners. He had been dating Lauren Graham for a number of years, seeing as how they met in 1995. The two were married in 2002, but unfortunately broke up in 2021. Given Krause's track record, this might have been his longest relationship to date. You've probably seen Lauren in Gilmore Girls, but she's also starred alongside Peter in a sitcom called Parenthood. That's where the couple met. They started dating each other not long after the show began, and having seen them together, it truly seemed like a forever thing. But before his relationship with Graham had begun, he had been with actress Christine King. King appeared in TV shows such as ER and Brothers and Sisters. Krause and King share a son named Roman. As of now, though, nobody has any idea if Peter is dating anybody. He'd be keeping it on the down low, but it seems like he's taking a break from all that relationship stuff and focusing on his career.
I thought about doing something that night, and I saw you and realized you needed me more.
He's not alone in that, because the next actor on the list probably feels the same: Oliver Stark. This British actor plays the role of Evan Buckley, and I've got to say, his character is an absolute fan favorite. The 30-year-old had been rumored to be dating actress Hannah Gottesman. You may know her from her role in Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Progeny, germinating them in birthing pods.
I guess I prefer to make people the old-fashioned way.
Well, perhaps someday you could give me a history lesson.
The two met via Instagram and probably realized they were super into each other after they talked for a while. Oliver then moved to LA to be with her, and that's when things truly became official for them. He told the most adorable story when opening up about his relationship. Initially, he had planned to only visit for 3 weeks, but they just instantly clicked. Right after meeting him at the airport, she moved in with him, and he just never went home after that. But since then, it's suspected that they're no longer together. That just makes the entire breakup scenario even sadder. But maybe they're still together away from all that spotlight. Who knows? Stark has just always been mysterious in that sense.
So it doesn't bother you that Bobby didn't even consider either one of us for interim captain.
But the next cast member could not stop gushing about her love life. It's Aisha Hines. You're probably familiar with her as Henrietta Wilson, one of the most vital paramedics on the show. But it's likely that not many of you know that she got married recently. The 47-year-old married her partner, Silky Valentine, in May 2022, and she looked like the happiest bride on earth. I mean, their Granada ceremony was simply too beautiful for our mundane eyes, and even she was amazed by how special it all felt. While talking to Essence magazine, she talked about how joyful the day of her engagement was, and that she hadn't expected it to be that beautiful. Her emotions were entirely warranted, given how he surprised her by proposing on her birthday.
Unexpected joy. He completely surprised me, and so I knew it was he did it on my birthday, and because 2020 was the kind of year that it was,
Yeah.
I had no plans to have a plan, and I was all the way okay with it.
So, yeah, she got lucky with a man who truly cares about her and cherishes her presence. And the next actor I'm going to talk about can probably relate, Jennifer Love Hewitt. She's been an absolute star ever since she was a child, and seeing her play Maddie Buckley Kendall in the show has been an absolute delight. The 44-year-old plays the role of Buck's sister and is practically irreplaceable in every regard. But her dating history is especially interesting, seeing how she's dated a lot of celebrities over the past few years. I mean, she's been with John Mayer, Joey Lawrence, and even Patrick Wilson. Not to mention, she was also engaged to Ross McCall, whom she had been with from 2005 to 2008. She had also been his co-star in Ghost Whisperer, but the two ended things for reasons unknown. After that, she almost instantly struck up a romance with Brian Halsey. She might not have known it back then, but he ended up being the one for her. They met on the set of The Client List and eventually got married in 2013. This was the very same year they had a daughter and named her August. As of now, they've got two sons named Atticus and Aiden, the latter born in 2021. So it seems like they're having a pretty good time together. And after all that experimentation, she finally found the right person to settle down with. A lot like the next actor on this list, Rockman Dunbar. He plays Athena's ex-husband in the show, Michael Grant, and he's been married twice. Not much is known about whom the 50-year-old dated, but his first marriage was with Ivy Holmes. They tied the knot way back in 2003, but things just didn't work out for them, as they split up 3 years later. After that, it seemed like he steered clear of relationships for a while before finally getting together with Maya Gilbert, an actress and author, in 2012. They hadn't even dated for an entire year before they got engaged and tied the knot in 2013. Yes, I know it seems like a hasty decision, but it turned out to be the right one, because they now have 4 beautiful children. He loves talking about them and appreciating them every chance he gets. But not everybody in the cast wants to be open about their personal lives. Just like the next person on this list, Kenneth Choi. You probably know him as Howie from the show, but it seems like he wants to keep his personal matters secret. The 49-year-old isn't open about his personal life and feels more comfortable keeping that stuff out of the public eye. The cast sure are diverse in their preferences, but here you have it, everything you could want to know about the 911 cast real-life partners and histories.